Biden, y'all.
What?
They got him. They got him. The new Congress got Joe Biden. I say just about anything. Hey, everybody. Hey. Thank you for coming over here to see Sandfay today. I am happy, so happy. I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy. Joe Biden. It's been a long time coming, y'all. They got evidence on Joe Biden with his lying tail. They got evidence that he's been doing dealings with his son, Hunter Biden. They've been lying all this time, y'all. Lying evidence. Do you hear me, trolls coming over here? Leaving those ugly comments in my section. I told y'all, and I'm going to tell you again. Keep your topic, your comment on the topic. Do you hear me? Or you're going to be gone. Gone. Just like Joe Biden just might be gone from here. Okay? I don't care if you don't like my opinions, okay? Don't come over here if you don't like my opinions. Why do people do that? Why do they do that? Come to people's YouTube channel and cuss them out and say bad things because they don't like what they say. If you don't like what they saying, stay away. That's what I do. I don't go to these Democrat platforms. I don't do that. With all that said, y'all, moving right along here. Joe got some explaining to do, y'all. But I'm going to tell you something. Think about it. Well, first, let me say this first. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch this whole video, y'all. Stop skipping, okay? I can tell when y'all skip. I can tell when you do it. I can tell when you leave because the analytics in my back office shows me. So watch the entire video, okay? Do that for me. You're going to really want to see this one. You really are. And make sure you go over there to support my channel, TimberlilyCreations.com. I sell mugs over there. Beautiful mugs. They are beautiful mugs. Yes, they are. And sometimes I will do custom mugs, if you ask me nicely. And go to CookingWithSandraFay.com. All right? Go on over there. I make some good stuff over there. And I make jewelry too. It'll be down in the description box, okay? You go to my Etsy shop. Moving right along here. I can't help but stop laughing, y'all. I can't help. I'm going to play a video for y'all, and I'm going to chop it up, you know. I got to chop it up because I can't play the whole 8 minutes of it, okay? I'm going to chop it up for y'all. And I want y'all to make sure y'all tell me what y'all think. They got evidence, y'all, but let me tell you something. Even though you show these trolls, these idiots, the evidence, they not going to believe it, y'all. They going to think it's just a vendetta against the Biden administration. It's just a vendetta. Y'all just trying to get rid of him because y'all mad because Trump lost. Y'all trying to do anything necessary just to mess up Joe Biden, to smear his name. Now you tell me how many times have they smeared this man right here? How many times have they tried to impeach this man right here? Not only just the Biden them. I'm talking about Maxine Waters, Hillary Clinton, Obama, all of them. Y'all gonna be shocked. But I'm gonna tell you though, people are not going to be lying on Joe Biden. They're not going to put their career in jeopardy, okay? Nobody's lying on Joe. Nobody lying on him. It's been truthful the whole time what people were saying, but no. They said conspiracy theory. Y'all just lying on Joe. All right, here we go. Pay close attention to this right here. Like I said, I'm going to chop it up. Here we go.
Right here. All right, well, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Today we're going to provide you with something that you all aren't used to with respect to congressional investigations, and that's evidence. Committee Republicans have spoken with multiple whistleblowers from numerous schemes involving the Biden family, reviewed Hunter Biden's laptop, and received documents of previously unknown transactions. What we found are business plans aimed at targets around the world based on influence peddling, including with people closely tied to foreign governments like China and Russia. We also found plans based in the United States where the Biden family swindled investors of hundreds of thousands of dollars, all with Joe Biden's participation and knowledge.
Joe Biden's participation and knowledge. He said they got evidence because they have reviewed Hunter Biden's laptop. Then there's China and Russia influence, all of that evidence. Swindle investors of hundreds, thousands of dollars with Biden's participation, knowledge. So he had knowledge. You mean to tell me you know your son doing that and you're not going to talk to him, pull him over to the side? Man, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that because, I'm the vice president. This was back in 2017. So you said to yourself, well, if this was back in 2017, why they bringing up old stuff? Because old stuff matter, especially when the American people didn't know what you were doing, okay, undercover there. We didn't know what you were doing. Maybe the people wouldn't have voted for him. So they was hiding this, basically. Moving right along here.
In 2019, shortly after announcing his campaign for president, Joe Biden told the American people he had nothing to do with and never had conversations with his family about their business dealings. That was a lie. Whistleblowers described President Biden as chairman of the board for these businesses. He personally participated in meetings and phone calls. Documents show that he was a partner with access to an office. To be clear, Joe Biden is the big guy.
You hear that? Joe Biden is the big guy. He lied. He said, I didn't have nothing to do with that. He had an office and everything. And he was chairman of the board. They can prove that, y'all. They can. Do you hear me, trolls? Do you hear me? Do you think they lying? Do you still think they lying? Yeah, they do. They think they lie. Okay, here we go.
This evidence raises troubling questions about whether President Biden is a national security risk and about whether he is compromised by foreign governments. Despite the president's claim that he wasn't involved in Biden family business schemes, these photos show Joe Biden meeting with his family associates while vice president. Right there behind Paul. 4 different pictures. Committee Republicans have identified over 50 countries the Biden family sought businesses in. On the international side of the Biden family business, the deals were often led by Hunter Biden. And that map there behind Clay shows all the countries where the Bidens had a footprint in international business dealings. The investigation reveals a family that engaged with some of America's most powerful adversaries.
It said we got people all around the world who wants to invest in Joe Biden. This came from James Biden. That's his brother. They call him Jim. We got people all over the world who want to invest in Joe Biden's scheme. Hunter Biden's scheme. The Biden family scheme. Everybody. People over the world. Russia, India, Europe, all over. Okay. Y'all still don't believe it, huh? You still don't.
Planning to sell one of the largest sources of cobalt for electric vehicles in the world to the Chinese, for example. The Bidens flourished and became millionaires by simply offering access to the family. Among the dozens of shell companies the Bidens set up, there were millions of dollars of wire transfers, flights on Air Force Two to conduct personal business, and meetings with heads of state, all while Joe Biden was aware of what was happening. All the while, he turned a blind eye. Many transactions related to these businesses have raised red flags at U.S. banks. A suspicious activity report, or SAR, is a document a bank must file with the Treasury Department when a transaction is suspected to be related to money laundering or fraud or other types of criminal activity. According to media reports, the Biden family accumulated over 150 SARs. One SAR generated by an American bank to the Treasury Department connects Hunter Biden and his business associates to international human trafficking, among other illegal activities.
International human trafficking? We knew something was wrong with Biden. We knew something was wrong. The way he rubbed little girls' hair and get all up in their face. We knew something was wrong. And did you know that Hunter Biden had his dad's name in his phone as Pedo Joe?
So a lot of people online are wondering why, according to Hunter Biden's electronic devices, Joe Biden's family refers to him as Pedo Peter. It's kind of weird. Why would they call a guy who showers with his own daughter Pedo Peter? We have no idea. Then we saw these pictures. They showed Joe Biden kissing his own granddaughter on the lips multiple times. In February of 2020, Joe Biden was speaking at a campaign event in Iowa. He said his daughter told him not to kiss her in public. Then he said his granddaughter is, quote, different.
But granddaughters not only love their dads, their grandpops, they always like them, and that's the great thing. Thank you, baby. Thanks.
Yeah, so it's totally normal. Sharing with your daughter is totally normal. But there is a reason the FBI wants to get its hands on Joe Biden's daughter's diary very badly and is willing to arrest people in order to keep that from becoming public.
Everybody know what pedo means. The bank says he's had over 150 SARs. Flags that something is wrong here. They never thought to do nothing about it. Never. They just let it fly. Let that be you and me. They not gonna let that fly. No, they gonna report you. Moving right along.
The money that was being made from foreign principals in the same room as Joe Biden was increasingly spent on furthering illegal activity. The SARs show that Hunter Biden was conducting business with suspected human traffickers. The money gained through influence peddling was funneled to a suspected criminal enterprise, again, one linked to human trafficking. We have repeatedly called on the Biden Treasury Department to release additional financial documents to committee Republicans, but thus far Treasury has refused. We want to know what the Biden administration is trying to hide from the American people and why they are not being transparent.
Because they don't want to go to jail. That's why they're being transparent. They know they hand over the documents, it's gone. You're gone or you are going to jail. The American people's going to know your secret, what you have been doing when you was vice president. And tell me this, y'all don't think he's still doing it when he became president? Y'all don't think Joe Biden is not doing the same thing over and over and over again? You don't? If you don't think so, then you must be an idiot. You must be. You gotta be. Okay. Know that.
We also found evidence Hunter Biden sought to evade these SARs using his financial advisor, coincidentally a Clinton administration official. We will continue to pursue all evidence, and specifically the SARs and bank records in the new Congress. As part of our investigation, we have evidence that the finances, credit cards, and bank accounts of Hunter and Joe Biden were commingled, if not shared. And on some accounts at least, red flags were raised by banks to the account owner or owners indicating suspicious or illegal activity. One of Hunter's closest associates, Eric Sherwin, was accessing Joe Biden's money and writing checks to reimburse Hunter. Sherwin arranged the Biden's international deals around the world. At the same time, he was a frequent visitor to the White House, and Joe Biden during the Obama administration, visiting close to 30 times, and sometimes with international business partners and Hunter, according to Hunter's calendar. Sherwin was also the president of Hunter's company and was appointed by President Obama to a position in the administration. After an apparent falling out with Sherwin, Hunter began coordinating business himself, and increasingly the deals brought in Joe Biden as a direct equity holder.
Direct equity holder. So, I'm pretty sure the trolls are saying so your man going down. That's what's going to happen. So we can't wait. So he is crooked. He's always been crooked. Even before he became vice president, he's been crooked. Y'all just don't know because you don't do your homework on him. This man is not an angel, y'all. He's a devil in disguise. And a lot of people that's following him too is a devil in disguise. If you say, well, I don't know that. Okay, I ain't never seen nothing he did. When do devils, especially people like that, human people, present themselves as devil? No, you ain't gonna never see them. You ain't gonna never see it. But you don't do your research to see what they've been doing from a long time ago and the things that he's been saying. Especially about black people. Do you hear me, black people? Do your research on Joe Biden. You should have before you went there and voiced your opinion with a vote. Moving right along.
One of these deals involves the sale of American natural gas to China. Evidence suggests Joe Biden had a 10% equity stake through his son. And behind Glenn and Andrew is a map from Hunter's laptop. This was a PowerPoint presentation on his laptop in Chinese that they used in working with the Chinese. Now, let's think about this for a second. At a time when Americans are suffering from high energy prices because of this administration's terrible energy policy, we find evidence that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden were involved in a scheme to try to get China to buy liquefied natural gas, and from a whistleblower to try to get their foot in the door with China starting to purchase an interest in natural gas drillers.
So tell me, far left people come over here and trolls, do you think that map right there is a lie? They showing you evidence. So do you think that is Photoshop? Do you think it's Photoshop? Do you think the new Congress would go as far as Photoshopping, changing stuff to make it look like Biden is guilty, Hunter and Biden? So you think they would go to that length to just to fool the American people? You don't think this is real? Huh? Moving right along.
And people are in outrage over China buying farmland in the Dakotas. What about China starting to buy into our American energy industry at a time when we have an energy crisis because of the bad policies of the Biden administration? Now let that sink in. Hunter brought in millions of dollars from this deal from entities tied to the Chinese government. In emails obtained by committee Republicans, Hunter wanted keys made for Joe Biden and Jim Biden, his office mate.
Keys to the office. His office mate. What kind of low-down stuff is this? So you're trying to tell me China was involved too? Don't you think some of the people, Zelensky, probably, in Ukraine was involved? We keep sending billions and billions and billions of dollars over there to Zelensky, and they don't even know where all the money is going. You don't think Joe Biden got a new scheme, him and Hunter and whoever else on the payroll? You don't think they have a new scheme? And the new scheme, y'all, is in Ukraine. That's where it's at, y'all. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly. But you know what? My mind tells me something else that is not allegedly. Oh, yes, it does. All right, moving right along.
He provided Joe Biden's personal cell number and called him his partner. The other partners in that deal were two people closely tied to the Chinese Communist Party. And that's behind Andy and Jim, that's the email where Hunter sent to the landlord requesting keys, and the Chinese partners were on the email, and where he said, Joe would need a key, and he even put Joe's cell phone number on there.
Look at it. They're showing you the evidence, trolls. Look at what it says from Hunter. Thursday, September the 21st, 2017 at 10:37 a.m. to Cecilia, whoever the heck that is. Please have keys made available for new office mates. Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden, and whoever is, I guess that's an Asian person, chairman, I would like the office sign reflects the following: the Biden Foundation, Hudson West. Keys. You mean to tell me Jill Biden in on that too? He got her name. She got keys too. She gonna be prosecuted too. They gonna investigate her? Are they? That's her husband. Her name is on there to receive keys. She know what's going on. She ain't dumb, y'all. She know what's going on with her husband. Yes, she does. Most women do. But you know what? I would not get involved with something like that. I would have to leave my husband. I would have to divorce because I ain't never been in jail. Never in my entire life. And I don't expect to go unless the FBI come here and get me for talking smack about the Biden administration. You know how they do. You know how they do. They come show up at your door anytime they want to. All right, moving right along.
Domestically, Jim Biden, Joe Biden's brother, used the Biden name to enrich himself in return for the promise that when Joe Biden became president in 2020, business partners would get rich by having access to a future Biden administration. By promising access to financing through Middle Eastern, Russian, and Chinese connections he made through Joe Biden, and by bringing his brother Joe Biden onto phone calls, Jim Biden was able to convince companies to give him loans of hundreds of thousands of dollars that he never repaid. The Biden administration has answered none of our requests for information regarding the Biden family or the financial transactions they engaged in. Instead, the Biden administration has spent over $250,000 to staff to, quote, deflect Hunter stories. Protecting the president's son who has committed crimes with Americans' tax dollars is a waste. The domestic and international scheme that promised access to wealth in a future Biden administration constitute fraud. And the president's participation in enriching his family is, in a word, abuse of the highest order. Rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse will be the primary goal of a Republican House Oversight Committee. As such, this investigation will be a top priority.
Top priority. Top priority. And who else do you think they're going to investigate? Not just Biden. All the other radical left people. They're like, hey, y'all investigating the Republicans? We about to do the same to y'all. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. I don't know what's going to happen when it reaches the Senate. Because we know that they control the Senate, the Democrats. I don't know what might happen. But if something don't happen and they got all this evidence, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to be an uproar. They need to get rid of some of those people. They need to impeach some of those senators, too. But I'm telling you, y'all, this new Congress is the best probably we ever. I can't believe they came out within a couple of days of winning the House. I'm going to say this, too. If these people don't come out against what's been going on with the FBI, the CIA, the military, what's been going on, if they don't come out and say, well, this is what happened, this is what I was told to do, they made me do this, or they was going to put me in jail, or they gave me some money to keep my mouth shut about what they were doing, if they don't come out, y'all, they going down with the Biden administration. Do y'all hear me? You going down. They got evidence against you too. Phone calls, wiretaps, everything. They got evidence, paper, everything on y'all. Okay, the internet, they got evidence. So if you had any sense, I would step up because first come, first what? First serve. Okay, you help us with all of this mess that's been going on with the United States, what they've been hiding, you help us, we gonna help you. But if you don't, you going down with the Biden administration. All right. That's it, y'all. Go down in that comment section and tell me what y'all think. Do you think the trolls, do you think the far left Democrat people, do you think they going to believe this? Do you think it's just all a big lie to help Trump out? Do you? You know what? They said this even before Trump announced his candidacy for the presidency in 2024. They said if they win the House, they were going to investigate Biden and his family. They knew it then. They knew what they had then. Okay? That's why they said it. So it was before Trump announced he was going to be president. Even though most likely they probably knew he was going to run anyway. You know, he wants to make America great again. And on that note, y'all, make sure that you come back to Sandfay Unscripted.
Yeah.